stream health is poor. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, hopefully my stream settles out. We're stuck with the internet that we have at home, unfortunately. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. What up, MJ? How we doing? All right, hopefully, I don't know if I can change my stream stuff once it's already up. Maybe if we change it to 6,000, we'll be okay. All right. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know. Let me know if the stream feels like it's lagging or anything. Because, getting some error messages over here. I think it's my home internet. What up, Husk? How we doing? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We're trying to rock and roll here in our tiny office space. Imagine building a PC and never going back to console. Hey, that's what I did. Stream looking okay to everybody? I'm getting some like error messages on Meld. So hopefully it's buggy. Dang. I don't know what I can do to fix that, to be honest. Yeah, Twitch especially seems, or YouTube especially seems to be having troubles right now. Okay. There's like nothing else running on our internet right now. It should be literally just this. I wonder if we have to kill one of the streams right now. Hold on. Oh yeah, they're all super low. Okay, that seems to have helped. Hold on. Okay. Wow, we got a spammer immediately. That's crazy. You can see? All right, cool. So apparently we're overloading what our internet can do because I'm already not able to run all of my My upload is it's at 6K, so it's not like crazy high, but I've got 4 streams going on. Oh, I'm directly on the router. Or I guess technically I'm running through a switch from the router, but let's see, I got the red one. Let me try running it directly through the router instead of through my switch. Let's see if that helps anything. I doubt it will, but you never know. I'm gonna lose you for a second. Okay. Okay. Let me know when it's back. Let me know if you guys are back. What's up, Willy Wonka? Let me check. Spectre, I guess? Is that what I do? God, it's still all over the place. We're plugged directly into the router now. Yeah, I just wonder if we're running out of bandwidth here. With our stupid crap internet. Alright, let me cut off one more stream, I guess. Turn off kick, I guess. Okay. I think that should be good now. I mean, so before we were on, I was on fiber at my office, but now I'm on my home internet, which is cable, because they haven't run fiber here yet to our house. I don't know if they're going to. I think we're good now. Try refreshing the stream. I just shut off. I just shut off to where we're just down to the 2 YouTube streams and Twitch. So I think we should be stable now. I'm gonna have to call my service provider and figure out what we can do, because I can't just not stream everywhere. Yeah, I was noticing when I was testing my speeds yesterday, I was only getting like 17 to 19 up, which is not enough to run all the streams. My old office on fiber, I could do 500 up, 500 down, so I never had any problems. But unfortunately, we don't have that here, so I'm working with what I got. We have like the cheapest plan with them too, so I might upgrade our plan. And see if that helps. But yeah. All right. Well, yes, I did. So, story time on why we did that. Yorkshire, I will respond to your message. I'm sorry. So story time on why we did that. So 2 things. One, as you guys might have known, I got laid off shortly before Thanksgiving. I'm still technically employed through the end of the year, but like I got notified that I was getting laid off. So I was like, okay, income source / if I'll find another remote job is in question for my day job. So I was already kind of like not sure if I was going to be able to keep the office anyways, because if I don't get another remote job, like it doesn't make much sense to have an office downtown when I can't be there. The second part of it was my landlords decided that they needed to increase my rent. Totally fine. It's been 2 years, over 2 years, and they had never increased it on me before. But those 2 things combined, I was like, you know what? I think it just makes sense to bring it back home. with that. So that seemed like a pretty clear sign that it was like, all right, it's time to give up the office. So over the weekend, I moved the majority of the stuff that I needed in order to stream. I got the rest of the stuff here this morning, and then there's still a bunch of crap at the office, but we've got basically everything. It seems to be working now. Hey, babe. Yeah, our internet can't handle all my streams. I had to cut it down to 3 out of 5. So I need to call and upgrade our internet because we're not getting fast enough upload speeds. Yorkshire 7800X3D 9070XT 240 Hz OLED, dude, that's a killer first build. You just went straight into the deep end, man. You're like, none of this like budget start, we're going all in. I love that. I love that. It did help over here on YouTube. I can see you now without stop. Yeah, so what it has to do, we have to upload 6K per second is what we need for upload speed. So that's what, roughly 6 megabits per second. And to do that to 5 different streams, 6 times 5, so we need like 30 upload, but we're only getting like 17. So 3 right now seems to be the limit until I can get a hold of Sparklight and see if we can get that increased, because yeah, it's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. Anyways, fun story time over. Let's talk about today's build. This is a really cool PC, you guys. What's the best way to check voltage from? What do you mean, voltage from what? What up, White Meta? So today's build, we've got a Ryzen 7 9800X 3D, the best of the best when it comes to AMD CPUs. We've got the 9070 XT Monster Hunter Wilds Edition GPU, the best of the best from AMD. For the GPUs, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, got an X870 motherboard from ASUS, 850 watt power supply, and then we've got a 360 millimeter AIO from Thermalright. So that's what we got in here. And you can type in !specs if you want to like read through those. All right, let's get started. Let's get started on the first build back at the house. If you guys have been around long enough, which I don't think anyone here has, besides my wife, we used to build and run everything out of this office for, I think, about a year before I went and like started renting the office. So we're back in here. Why did we get laid off? A bunch of folks from my work got laid off. They did some like restructuring and stuff. I think they're in pretty rough financial condition right now, as well as it seemed like they targeted a lot of both remote and H-1B visa employees, because we had guys, so like basically my entire team got laid off that I'm on, with the exception of the one guy who happens to be on site in South Carolina. But we have a guy who's on site in San Francisco area who is in the US on a visa, and he got let go. So I think they're trying to remove all H-1B visas and all remote employees, and Volvo is trying to take over more control of the business. That is 100% conjecture. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's the way I'm seeing it right now. So yeah, there wasn't like I did anything wrong. Like I've gotten great performance reviews, no complaints from anyone, just unlucky. This is like the fourth, I think it's like the 4th round of layoffs at the company since I started. I survived the first 3, so, you know, I got a pretty good batting average, but unfortunately, sometimes you lose. That looks a little blurry, doesn't it? There. Try not to shake that thing. Time to party. What up, Trail Tech? Oh wait, I don't want to hold it up to that way. I'll spill it. Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cream Soda. That's right. It's so good. Unlike that blackberry, whatever one that I got that tasted like cough syrup, this one's good. And I moved my mini fridge into the corner. Oh, I forgot to flip that. Hold on, the vertical folks are seeing the wrong thing. That's my bad. That's my bad. Y'all are seeing the wrong thing. There we go. Let's zoom that in a little bit for you. There we go. That means this other one's gonna be wrong too, so I'll have to fix that when we get back. Okay. Yeah, so I've got the mini fridge in here too, stocked with Dr. Pepper. There is fiber in my area, but not fiber on my street. They even, you guys, they laid fiber lines all down the main street, halfway down our street, and then stopped. They literally got like to the house that's like, we're on a flag lot, so we're like on a lot that's behind a house. They put a stub into the house on the street in front of us, didn't run one back to us. I don't know if they've even like finished and like started providing service to the people on our street, but like the fact that they didn't even bother to put it into our house is just mind-blowing. I need to call, like, I think it's CenturyLink that's putting it in, Quantum Fiber. I need to call them and be like, hey, I want fiber. I need it. I need it. Give it to me. You need to check voltage from the RGB header on the ASRock 870E motherboard. Trying to make these sure these SWA fans didn't short out your RGB header. If it's good, I'm going to change the fans out. Oh. Check the you might need to look up a pin out for these, because I think these are all hot. So you probably need to like reference chassis, so like reference ground on one side of a multimeter and then touch the other side of the multimeter to each of the pins. I think that's what you have to do. It should be illegal? Bro, I wish. I wish. Wise Merlin, what's up? I don't know what that says. Sorry, I can't read that language. Okay. We finally made it this far. We've got our CPU in. Does this look kind of like grainy to you guys on the big screen? I kind of had to zoom it in. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad on the horizontal stream. Unfortunately, Idaho is an at-will state and you can be fired without being told why specifically. Oh, I don't even work for a company in Idaho. I work for a company in, well, the headquarters is in South Carolina. But it's not like I got fired. I got laid off. It's fine. We'll find something better, hopefully. Just so you know, I get a set of live every few minutes. Have to manually go back to it, like kicks you out. That's weird. I wonder if YouTube's freaking out a little bit. Take that knife away. I have to use it to open up my boxes. How else am I supposed to cut all the plastic things that hold all these boxes closed? How's the new office? It's tiny. And there's no other way to put it. It feels saddeningly small. But it's free. Well, it's not free. It's free to the business, I should say. This is my house. So, you know, I pay for the mortgage, but the business doesn't have to pay for anything, which is nice. Fiber scan. Dude, fiber is the best. I had fiber at the office. It was so nice. I paid $50 a month for 500 gigs up and down. Super solid. Like, never had any problems with upload speeds. It was the best. The absolute best. I want fiber back. I want it. I need it. Can I have it? Yeah, fiber would be wonderful. People that lay fiber, the fiber, not the fiber itself. Oh, yeah. I don't know why they just like decided they didn't need to like come down to the end of the street. You don't go below 600. I know, isn't that crazy? Like when I did that, like I was constantly getting like really good download speeds and upload speeds all the time. Never had problems. All right, 32 gigs. Oh, I can't really go up like that because, well, I have this on manual focus because it was freaking out earlier. But there you go, you can see it there. 32 gigs DDR5. Looks good. All right, cool. What up, Marco? How we doing? Fibercom. Yeah, I know TDS Fiber has been putting in a bunch of stuff around the valley. Like one of my buddies got TDS Fiber at his house in the last year or so, and they really liked it. But unfortunately, fiber has not made its way here. And like when I left here, they started offering like an even cheaper plan for the house, which like all we were doing was like surfing the web and watching videos and stuff. And so I went to the cheapest plan, which is like 300 down and whatever up from Sparklight, and clearly it's not good enough. Chat's 3 minutes behind. It's probably because of all the issues we had at the start of the stream. My bad. Okay. Making a PC for Monster Hunter Wilds crazy. Need that game to optimize better. I mean, the guy really likes Monster Hunter Wilds, and he was like, I want a Monster Hunter Wilds PC. So here we are. We're doing it. I think this AIO uses the built-in AMD brackets. Well, let's double check. The RX 2060 and 2025. It's a little weak, but you can definitely play games on it in 1080p. Haven't been able to get them to work since they flash that orange reddish color, so if the voltage is good, you need to find comparable fan to the SWA fans. Okay. You let me know if you need anything from me. Okay, we'll need that later probably. This does not use the built-in AMD brackets. Currently pay $50 for one up and down. I am so mad at you. Don't even talk to me anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm just a little bitter that I don't have access to fiber, okay? Not anymore. Just a little bitter. I think it depends on the games you play. Well, I think he was saying that Monster Hunter Wilds is not well optimized. What's up with the RAM prices? They're insane. RAM prices have more than doubled in the past couple of months because AI data centers are going up like crazy. Like the amount of money that people are investing, companies are investing into AI data centers is crazy high, and they're building them left and right. And so all of these, there's 3 chip manufacturers in the world that make memory chips. There's Micron, SK Hynix, and Samsung. And they have all shifted their manufacturing to be mostly server RAM, server DDR5 RAM chips, instead of consumer RAM, because they can make a ton of money there, which I get. It's smart business. But it means that there is so little supply for consumer RAM that I'm guessing they increase prices to keep some amount of RAM on the shelves because they have so little stock available. Chat's pretty far behind. Yeah, it's because of my the internet troubles we were having. I don't know how we could fix it, to be honest. I don't really want to like stop and restart the I want to stop and restart the stream. This RAM, $230. I did a build this morning. B650, Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, 5070, Thermalright Peerless Assassin Digital. I love that. Or a CPU cooler. 32 gigs of Vengeance, 1 terabyte Clev, 650. 650 for a 5070? You're pushing it a little bit, bud. You're pushing it a little bit. No RGB, just business. I like that. I love that Okonos case too. Here's my thing with power supplies. You never want to use more than, say, 80% of your power supply's actual rated capability. So if like PC Part Picker says you're going to use, 400 watts, then like a 650 is okay. But if you use more than that, if you use more than like 80% of the power supply's capability, any sort of power spikes can cause issues, as well as your power supply becomes less efficient and it's working harder, it's going to get hotter, and it's not going to last as long. So that's my whole spiel. So oversized power supplies. I will not build, if I have a 5070, I will not use less than an 850 watt power supply. Because I want that power supply to last for forever, Yeah, chat's far behind. I'm sorry, guys. It's not too good. Monster Hunter Wilds is not well optimized, but if you put it at 60 FPS cap, I think you'd be fine. I mean, with this build, 60 FPS is nothing. All right, let me get this case out here so y'all can see the custom work that we did on it, because it's freaking sweet. I should have grabbed this out of the box before stream. There's so little space. There's no space in my office. There's no space. All right. Almost got it. Almost got it. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Check this out, guys. Check this out. That's the wrong direction. Check this out. Look at that custom laser engraving. Look how well that stands out in the light. Ugh, it's so good. Any recommendation for someone who wants to change the components to another cabinet? Just make sure that everything that you have fits in the new tower. You can use PC Part Picker. It's a good option. Like, the biggest things are CPU cooler, either height if you use the tower air cooler, or like size. So like, make sure that your tower can fit. If you have a 360 AO, they can fit a 360. And then make sure that the GPU length is not longer than what the case can handle. That's it. That's really all you need to do. But guys, look how good that looks. Look how good that looks. It looks incredible. That's incredible for those of us who are white as mayonnaise. All right. Yeah, 4080 Super, 1000 watt, exactly. This was even worse with 30 series, because 30 series had a lot of like power spike issues. So you had to be even more careful about oversizing your power supply than you do now. Okay, you can get that box out of there. Get my box of stuffs. Oh my gosh. There we go. Got it held down with a zip tie. Give me that box. Okay, 750. Okay, that's much more reasonable. I would be comfortable with that. Like, 750 is less than I would like, but like, I wouldn't have any concerns about it, you know, surviving. Okay, there we go. Now we can flip this over, switch this, and get back to work. Holy moly, what up? Hold on, let's see if that makes it better for anybody. Hopefully everything on YouTube is still working. Hopefully it didn't like restart my stream. Okay. Hopefully that fixes it. Okay. I just like completely turned it off from my encoder and turned it back on. Hopefully that will stop the like massive delay and stuff. I really need to call my ISP. Yeah, hopefully it's working now, guys. It doesn't look terrible. Yeah, I just shut it down from meld and then turn it back on. We had a bunch of issues at the beginning because apparently my home internet, as it sits right now, cannot handle 5 streams. So we cut it down to 3. Red say husk. Trail Tech, try coming over to YouTube and maybe I'll shut down Twitch. See if that fixes it. 25 seconds? That's not terrible. What do I need to fix my PC to get TPM 2.0 and secure boot? It depends. If your OS disk is formatted correctly, you usually just have to update your BIOS, enable TPM 2.0, enable secure boot, and you're good within the BIOS. If it's not, then you have to like reformat your disk from MBR to GPT, which you could have to do in like PowerShell, or you can use like third-party apps, and then you can go through that process. It's not super simple if that's what you have to do. All right, there we go. Now it's back. Weird. I have no idea what's going on. I need to call Sparklight. There's no way on their website for me to just like select upgrade my plan, which is crazy. Absolutely nuts. Do a room tour of my new office. There's not much to see. I did a video on my phone earlier today, kind of showing it as it sits right now. So I'll post that later today probably. Okay. Don't think that just because we're in this tiny office that we got rid of Susan. Lazy Susan's coming back right now. It's just a little more work to get to her. Going to work, have a good stream. Hey, Ricardo, thank you so much. Ricardo dropping $10 like it's nothing. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you being in here. What up, PC Studios? How we doing? All right. I'm going to swap to that one. Hold on, I got to fix. Apparently I didn't fix the vertical one. Let's do that. Let's do that. Look, you can see yourselves talking. Okay. There we go. Don't be lazy. I'm not lazy, but look, it's Lazy Susan. Because that's what it is. It's a Lazy Susan. Okay. So. Yeah, we got a new angle now. So I'm hoping that this works out a little bit better, having these cameras basically like opposite each other. So like no matter what I'm doing, you should hopefully be able to see it. At least that's the hope. And I put my more powerful light back here. So that should make it work a lot better for everyone. All right, let's get this stuff plugged in. What's good? How are you doing, dude? Susan's working more than you think, so she can't be lazy, right? I know. She does put in the work, but like, I didn't come up with the name Lazy Susan. Like that's just what it is. It's a Lazy Susan. That's what they're called. So see, I can go this way. You guys can see it. Like that. Or, oh, those are daisy chained. Or, see, like with this guy, I can run this guy up here, and I can flip it all the way around, facing myself. You guys can see it this way too. Probably even better than before, because I've got that nice light now. See? See? Whee! All right. Get all these twist ties out of here. Don't want those. Those cause bad things to happen sometimes. I have a better name for it, the Flat Susan. What if she takes offense to that? What if she says, I'm not flat? All right, USB. Go this way. Boom, USB, just like that. And then we got our USB-C. It's gonna go in right next to it. Looks like thick side at the bottom. I am on Twitch, although I think the Twitch stream has been having issues. My home internet is clearly not capable of doing everything we want to do. So I actually shut down a couple of the streams, but Twitch is still up right now. Front panel, nice build, thank you. She should come over and say it. I wouldn't mind, but I live a few hours away. All right, RGB. Should have some RGB ports down here at the bottom. We got one all the way at the end. We got two at the top. Let's just run this all the way over here. Make sure I have this the right orientation. Here we go. Okay. Then we've got our front fans that need to get plugged in. Got a fan header right there. Okay. All right. All that stuff is nice and plugged in now. Don't worry, I'll still find ways to like do things and you guys won't be able to see it because that's just how good I am at this. It's just how good I am at this. Quick question. I'm building an extremely cheap PC for a young man. I have an old GTX 970. Do you know if the encoder is strong enough for current bitrate needs? Ooh, I don't know, because it doesn't have access to the newer encoder settings, like the new Nvidia NVENC stuff. It might be able to. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest. It's the best answer I could give you. I don't know. All right, let's get our power supply out. Exiled Wolf with the follow, thank you. Doesn't support it? Dang. Yeah, I was pretty sure it doesn't support the new Nvidia stuff, but I wasn't sure. Because like the GTX 1650 that we gave to Rytech a while back, like he's able to stream well with that. But the 970, fortunately, sounds like that's not an option. All right, let's get the cables we need out of here. Yeah, 20 series, but like a 1650 or a 1660 is definitely capable of encoding. Like Rytech does it, and he streams at like 12,000 bit rate to multiple places, and records at like 20,000 bit rate at the same time. Like I know that it's capable of doing that. Okay, we got some PCIe stuff. Don't need that. Yeah, 1650s you can find for pretty darn cheap, especially used. 32 gigs of RAM in this economy, it must cost more than the GPU. Not this GPU. This has a 9070 XT in it. But it certainly costs a lot more than it did a few months ago. All right. Let's get some power cables going in here. Yeah, I think the current NVENC started in like either the 16 series or the 20 series. Okay. It's gonna run along there, run through there, run through there, run through there. All right, see ya, Husk. Thank you for hanging out, dude. All right. Let's get our power cable in here. This is our motherboard power. Okay, got that nice click. got that. This is gonna go this way and get our motherboard power in. CPU power in there. Let's get a couple of GPU cables in here. Plan to upgrade to AM5, but I think the RAM will cost more than your GPU. What GPU do you have? Okay, got our power supply in there. Now we need to flip this baby around. Take this off. Oh yeah, 6600. Yeah, that's definitely gonna cost more than your GPU, unfortunately. This kit that we got in here, I bought for $230. You can find some kits for less than that. You might be able to find that if you want to like go absolutely basic. You can try and find a 16 gig kit. That might work for you. All right. Where are the bolts for the power supply? Don't remember seeing those. Is it in the bag? Did they put it in the bottom of the bag? Nope. Oh, maybe with the power cable. Maybe with the main power cable. Yeah. Yeah. That's where it is. Got it. She's found is 16 gig for 180. Wow, that's not really much of a... It's not really much less than a 32 gig kit. I mean, they might have gone up even more since I like started stocking up, but that's wild. Absolutely nuts. Nuts. All right, got that in there. Okay, so put that like that. Then we push it forward. Then we slide it forward. And you bolt it in. 64 gigs, $900 at the Best Buy. Not too bad in this economy. 32 is anywhere from 400 to 800. I think you're looking in the wrong places. Yeah, I could be wrong. It could have gone up even more, but I feel like they weren't that expensive. Oh, I should have tried to do this before I put that panel back on. This would have made life so much easier. Oh, a Newegg? Oh, well. Maybe it is that bad. Maybe it is that bad. Best viewers, go away. Wish I could ban you from in here. Can I ban you from in here? I can. Banned! You got a kit for 100 on the used market? Hey, that's not bad as long as it works. Also, this is powering my camera up above, so hopefully I don't knock it down. I know it looks crazy hanging there, but my ceilings here are taller than the ceilings at my last place. So I didn't really have a better place to run that cable. So yeah, it's literally just running along the ceiling and then drops down to the nearest power thing, which is in the desk. What's my opinion on eGPUs, like external GPUs? I mean, I guess if you have a laptop and you don't have any access to a good GPU, like if you already own the laptop, like I guess that could make sense. But like at that point, you might as well just buy an actual gaming PC because you have to pay for like the whole enclosure and stuff, which costs money. Like you're paying for an enclosure and stuff when you could just be paying for a PC. But I guess with prices right now on some stuff, maybe it is more cost efficient to do an eGPU if you already have a laptop. Okay, that stuff's all plugged in. All right, we can do a little cable management effort right here. Let's do that. Downgrading to lower my footprint a bit went down the whole rabbit hole of Oculink versus TB. Okay. All right. Let's get our CPU cooler in here. Okay. One of those green 16 gig of RAM kits are 165 single channel. Oh my god, bro! I'm glad. I guess I'm glad I bought like 8 kits in like a month or within the last month to just try and like have stuff on hand, and so I know I could get it and I know what it costs. That's crazy talk. Absolutely crazy. People have even modified their Steam decks to support eGPUs. That's pretty cool. Yeah, not practical, but it's cool. A lot of stuff people do in the tech world is not practical, but it's cool. Ooh, the wife's home. Can hear the garage door opening underneath me. I didn't realize you could daisy chain all these CPU cables. I don't even need this 1 to 3 connector. Go away. You might be asking yourself, Red, how's that radiator holding itself up? I'm using my arm. I'm using my forearm to pin it against the top of the case so that I have access to both hands. There we go. Just like that. Okay, let's bring this down a little bit. That's good enough. Ah, I forgot to open these. Why do I do this to myself all the time? I forget to open these bolts up. Cable management is your worst nightmare? It is the hardest part to get good at, if I'm being honest. It's the hardest part to get good at. Well, I'm gonna shut my door. Or at least mostly shut it. Okay. It's all lined up fairly well. The best thing that I've found to do with cable management is just work on it throughout the build. Start working on it as soon as you can. Even if you have to like undo and redo cable ties a bunch of times, it just makes life so much easier for cable management. All right. Don't punish your computer playing the crap that is Monster Hunter's Wild. I mean, this ain't for me. Customer wanted it. He said, I want a Monster Hunter Wild logo on it. And he said he wanted a 9070 XT or an AMD GPU at least. And when I was looking at AMD GPUs, I was like, oh, hey, we could get a Monster Hunter Wilds GPU and put the Monster Hunter Wilds logo on it. And he was like, yes, please. So that's what we did. Okay. Get all these cables back here. Oh yeah. That's why, Josh. Because the customer is always mostly right. No, I'm just kidding. Because that's what the customer wanted. Yep. That's why we did it. So there's our CPU fan header there again. Got a little less room with the radiator above it, but it's not too bad. I know you guys can't see anything. I can't see anything, to be honest. I'm just kind of feeling for it. There we go. Okay. Those are all plugged in. Let's get our RGB. The Roy G. Biv. Okay. Zeroy G Beef. Okay. Plug that in. I think we could go from the side here. Okay. All right, so that's all in there. Let's get our pump hooked up, and then we can work on more cable management. Usually this is the point where, oh wait, I do have it here. I was like, I don't know what I do with it. Get a little thermal paste. And by paste, I mean grease. Thermal grease. All right. Got our thermal grease. Get some on there. Already got some on my fingers. Love that. Love that. Give her a good mix. Sorry, it doesn't actually make any noise. I just wanted to do that. Wipe some of this off the shank of my spatula here so I don't get it all over my fingers. All right, that should be pretty good. Spatula's nice and clean. Hands not quite. What the heck is that? All right, we're gonna need to use some rubbing alcohol on my hands. Otherwise this stuff is never gonna go anywhere. I don't know how I got that all over my palms there. Just literally everywhere. Usually so much better than this, you guys. My fingies are nice and clean now. Aside from some residue from the old paper towel. All right. Okay. Thermal paste applied. Plastic removed. Okay. That side's definitely on. Okay, that's definitely on too. Make sure I don't tighten either side too tight. too early because otherwise you'll rip it right off the threads if you don't have enough engagement. Those guys one last little tighten up. Okay, there's that. And then our pump header is this guy right here. And then we'll run this cable to the back. See if we can snatch it up from the back side. Okay. And this guy. Is that the Thermalright Frozen Warframe? This is the Thermalright Aqua Elite V6. So very similar to the Warframe, only this one is just RGB. Doesn't have an LCD screen on it. And it's like $58 instead of 80 something. A little bit cheaper. Okay. Gonna plug that into here. Come on. There we go. Okay, now we just need to start tying this stuff down. Okay, let's clip that guy off. I wish they did something better than just like these random hooks. Like they don't actually work super well for cable management, if I'm being honest. Okay. Bring that into a nice little bundle. There's so few things in here. I think we want to actually run this up like this. Just like that. Let's just grab a couple more zip ties here. Just keep this bundle nice and tight all the way down. Okay. Just like that. And I think we can throw a cable tie right there. Hold it to those other ones. Maybe throw one more right there just to keep it looking clean. Just like that. Throw one more down there. Okay, and let's get our GPU in here. Right, the moment of truth. The Monster Hunter Wilds 9070 XT. Is there anything else in there? No. Okay, good. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool GPU. Just wait till I get all this plastic off. Gosh, that looks so good. All right, I think we just have a little bit of plastic, probably on these fan hubs. Maybe not. Usually we would. I guess not. Yeah, I don't feel any plastic coming up. All right, check this thing out, guys. Got that on the front. Got that on the bottom. I've never played it either, but this thing looks super cool. All right, so we got a 2-slot GPU, 2 power cables. Okay. All right. Put those down there. Let's get this baby installed. There it is. We got the click. Put all of our dust jackets back on. Okay. Put our cables in here. Okay. Grab a couple of small zip ties to hold the extra cable down. Just like that. Okay. Rotate that so you can't see it. Just like that. Alrighty. There it is, ladies and gents. The Monster Hunter Wilds PC. Camera's freaking out. All right, let's check this baby out. Oh, I need to pull those a little tighter, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna pull that tighter first. There we go. Oh, I just need to zip tie that down. It's our pump header. That's better. Forgot about that. So first, take a look at that side. Oh, that stupid camera. Hold on. Let me fix this so we can get a nice view on it. There. Okay. So, to start, we've got the background Monster Hunter Wilds. We're doing this for a video. Never played Monster Hunters, but that thing's cool. Dude, this thing is sick. Dude, the back of that looks so good too. And there's the interior. As a reminder, in here we've got a 9800X 3D, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage. We've got a 9070 XT, and we've got X870 motherboard, 850 watt power supply, Thermalright AIO, and the Lian Li LandCool 207. It's the 207. And there it is, folks. Our first build back in the home office. You know, it went pretty smooth, all things considered. All right, y'all. That is all for today. It's time to get working on software for this thing. I hate that I'll never have a GPU. Don't say things like that. You'll get one, Panda. Good build. Thanks, Trail Tech. Yeah, dude, that thing looks so good. I'm really happy with how that turned out. All right, y'all. That is it for today. Appreciate everybody stopping in, hanging out, even through all the issues. And we will see you on the next one. All right? You guys have a good one. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye.